We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India.
Hello dear students, myself Dr. Damayanti Chivadka, Assistant Professor in Civil Engineering Department from SN Patel Institute of Technology and Research Center, Umra, Babin, having Institute code 049. Today we are going to discuss about Special Concretes Part 4 under your ME second semester, Construction Engineering and Management branch, subject Advanced Concrete Technology, having subject code 3721417. We have discussed many type of special concrete till Special Concretes Part 3. In this part we are going to cover another concrete. In our previous lectures under special concrete, we have discussed about lightweight concrete, high density and radiation shielding concrete, roller compacted concrete, fiber reinforced concrete, self compacting concrete, high volume fly ash concrete and high strength concrete. Today in our special concrete part 4 lecture, we are going to cover high performance concrete and ferro cement concrete. So here under high performance concrete, I have taken one image from Google. So from that image and from that word, you can easily understand that concrete having a good performance compared to conventional concrete. It's a high performance concrete means its performance is very good considering concrete. You can see here slab is going to construct and people are working over here. Here you can see that road, steel road, slab is there, so definitely there is a roads are there. So it is a very congested part made from steel bar. So in that, if we are going to pour concrete or we are going to use concrete over here, so it is difficult to set that concrete in that congested part. Okay, but here in this image you can see that less number of workers are working with concrete very easily. Here pump is there, concrete is going through this pump, means we can say that fresh property of that concrete is very good, and in that congested part it is applied very smoothly in that slab construction. Okay, so we can say that concrete's performance is very good. So this is the image of high performance concrete. If we will go with the technical data regarding high performance concrete as per your syllabus point of view and your exam point of view, then recently a new term high performance concrete is used for concrete mixture which possess high workability, high strength, high modulus of elasticity, high density, high dimensional stability, low permeability and resistance to chemical attack. There is a little controversy between the term high strength and high performance concrete. High performance concrete is also a high strength concrete, but it has a few more attributes specially designed as mentioned above. It is therefore logical to describe by the more widely embracing term high performance concrete HPC. It may be recalled that in normal concrete, relatively low strength and elastic modulus are the result of high heterogeneous nature of structure of the material. We know that concrete is a heterogeneous material, particularly the porous and weak transition zone which exists at the cement paste aggregate interface. By densification and strengthening of the transition zone, many desirable properties can be improved manifold. A substantial reduction of quantity of mixing water is the fundamental step for making high performance concrete. Reduction of water cement ratio will result in high strength concrete, that we know and we already discussed in our previous lecture. But reduction in water cement ratio to less than 0.3 will greatly improve the qualities of transition zone to give inherent qualities expected in high performance concrete. To improve the qualities of transition zone, use of silica fume is also found to be necessary. Silica fume becomes a necessary ingredient for strength above to 80 megapascal. The best quality fly ash and GGBS may be used for other nominal benefits. In spite of the fact that these pozzolanic materials increase the water demand, their benefits will outweigh the disadvantages. The crux of whole problem lies in using very low water cement ratio consist with high workability at the time of placing and compacting. Adopting water cement ratio in the range of 0.25 to 0.30 and getting a high slump is possible only with the use of superplasticizers. Therefore, use of appropriate superplasticizer is a key material to produce high performance concrete. The associated problem is the selection of superplasticizer and that of cement so that they are compatible and retain the slump and rheological properties for a sufficiently long time till concrete is placed and compacted. If we will talk about the aggregate in high performance concrete, then in normal strength concrete, the strength of aggregate by itself play a minor role. Any aggregate available at the site could be used with little modification of their grading. The situation is rather different with high performance concrete where the bond between aggregate and hydrated cement paste is so strong that it results in significant transfer of stress across the transition zone. At the same time, the strength of the cement paste phase on account very low water cement ratio is so high that sometimes it is higher than the strength of aggregate particles used in that. Observation of fractured surface in high performance concrete has shown that they pass through the coarse aggregate particles as often as if not more often than through the cement paste itself. Indeed, in many instances, the strength of aggregate particles has been found to be factor that limits the compressive strength of high performance concrete. On the basis of practical experience, it is seen that for concrete strength up to 100 megapascal maximized size is of 20 mm aggregate could be used. However, for concrete in excess of 100 megapascal, the maximum size of aggregate should be limited to 10 to 12 mm. Regarding the shape of the aggregate, crushed aggregate can be used, but utmost care should be taken to see that aggregate are cubic in shape with minimum amount of flaky or elongated particles in that. The latter would affect not only the strength but also adversely affect the workability of concrete. In one site in Mumbai, even for 60 megapascal concrete, they had to go for well processed and well graded cubic shaped coarse aggregate from the point of view regarding the workability. For high performance concrete, shape and size of aggregate becomes an important parameter to produce good quality high performance concrete. If we'll talk about the material for high performance concrete, then cement, fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, water, mineral admixtures like fine filler and or pozzolanic supplementary cementitious materials, chemical admixtures like plasticizers, super plasticizers, retarders, air entraining agents, these all are as an ingredient in high performance concrete manufacturing process. If we will talk about the application of high performance concrete, then high strength and superior durability characteristic of high performance concrete have already been utilized in many structural applications in various countries. Some of the applications of high performance concrete are in bridges, to prepare high rise building, to prepare goods tunnels, to prepare solid pavements, in construction of nuclear structures. Advantages of high performance concrete if we'll talk, then reduction in member size resulting in increase in plinth area or usable area and direct saving in the concrete volume saved, reduction in the self-weight and superimposed dead load with the accompanying saving due to smaller foundations, reduction in formwork area and cost with the accompanying reduction in shoring and stripping time due to high early age gain in strength, construction of high-rise building with the accompanying saving in real estate cost and congested areas, longer span and fewer beam for the same magnitude of loading, reduce the axial shortening of compression supporting member, reduction in the member of supports and the supporting foundation due to the increase in span, reduction in the thickness of slab and supporting beam sections, which is a major component of the weight and cost of structures, superior long-term service performance under static, dynamic and fatigue loading, then low creep and shrinkage, greater stiffness, higher resistance to freezing and thawing, chemical attack, significantly improved long-term durability and crack propagation, reduced maintenance and repair, smaller depreciation as a fixed cost. These all were the advantages of high performance concrete. No doubt there are few disadvantages also, and the disadvantages of high performance concrete are high performance concrete has to be manufactured and placed much more carefully than normal concrete. An extended quality control is required in concrete plant, and at delivery site additional tests are required. This increases the cost. Some special constituents are required which may not be available in the ready mix concrete plants. If we'll talk about high performance concrete, in India it is reported that high performance concrete of the strength 60 megapascal was used for the first time for the construction of containment dome at Kaiga and Rajasthan Atomic Power Project. Typical high performance concrete mixtures used in some important buildings in Chicago in 1975, in France in 1989, in Montreal in 1984, in Toronto in 1987 and in Seattle in 1988. If we'll talk about the high performance concrete, so as per the material ingredient and number of trial, these strengths are gained after the 28 days and after 91 days. So regarding the high performance concrete, mixture number here mentioned 125, water quantity is given kilogram per meter cube, cement quantity is given in kilogram per meter cube, fly ash is given in kilogram per meter cube, slag is also mentioned in kilogram per meter cube, silica fume is mentioned in kilogram per meter cube, coarse aggregate, fine aggregate both are in kilogram per meter cube unit, water reducer in milligram per meter cube, milliliter per meter cube, retarder in liter per meter cube, super plasticizer in liter per meter cube, water cement ratio, strength at 28 days and strength at 91 days by using all the ingredient in that much quantity for different trial is given in this table. So we can see that after number of trial by adjusting these all materials in different quantities, After 28 days strength, 65 megapascal, 80 megapascal, 93 megapascal, 83 megapascal and 190 megapascal was achieved after 28 days. And after 91 days using all these ingredients in such quantities, the strength after 91 days was 79 megapascal, 87 megapascal, 107 megapascal, 93 megapascal and 145 megapascal. Now, if we'll talk about the ferrocement concrete, so here you can see the more congested area, like some small steel rings are there. Okay, some small steel ring means we can see some congested area are there, and we can't see proper aggregate in this concrete. We are seeing like mortar or slurry type of thing over here. Okay, so if we will see that here one congested element is there, it is maybe made from some iron or some composite material, and the persons are working with the cement mortar, or we can say that cement slurry, but we will go with the technical data regarding the ferrocement concrete. Then ferrocement is a type of the thin wall reinforced concrete commonly constructed of hydraulic cement mortar reinforced with closely spaced layer of continuous and relatively small size wire mesh. Okay, so here the small element we are observing, it is a small size wire mesh. The mesh may be made of metallic or other suitable materials. Ferrocement technique, though of recent origin, have been extensively used in many countries, notably in UK, New Zealand and in China. There is a growing awareness of the advantages of this technique of construction all over the world. Research is going in this area. It is well known that conventional reinforced concrete members are too much heavy, brittle, cannot be satisfactorily repaired if damaged, develop crack, and reinforcement are liable to be corroded. The above disadvantage of normal concrete make it inefficient for certain type of work, and that's why we go for the special type of concrete, and that ferrocement concrete is the one type of special concrete. Ferrocement is a relatively new material consisting of wire meshes and cement mortar. This material was developed by P.L. Nervi, an Italian architect and engineer in 1940. It consists of closely spaced wire meshes which are impregnated with rich cement mortar mix. The wire mesh is generally of 0.5 to 1 mm dia wire at 5 mm to 10 mm spacing, and cement mortar is of cement and ratio of 1:2 or 1:3 with water cement ratio of 0.4 to 0.45. We can say 0.40 to 0.45. The ferrocement elements are generally of the order of 2 to 3 cm in thickness with 2 to 3 mm external cover to the reinforcement. The steel content varies between 300 kg to 500 kg per cubic meter of the mortar. The basic idea behind this material is that concrete can undergo large strains in the neighborhood of the reinforcement, and the magnitude of strains depend on the distribution and subdivision of reinforcement throughout the mass of concrete. Ferrocement is widely accepted in UK, New Zealand, US as a boat building material. It has also found various other interesting civil engineering applications. The main advantages are simplicity of its construction, lesser dead weight of the element due to their small thickness, its high tensile strength, less crack width compared to conventional concrete, easy repair, non-corrosive nature, easy moldability to any required shape. There is also saving in basic material, namely cement and steel. This material is more suitable to special structure like shells which have strength through foam and structures like roof, silos, water tank and pipelines. The material is under active research in various countries including India also, and attempts are being made to give a sound theoretical backing to establish the material behavior. This is a highly suitable material for precast product because of its easy adaptability to prefabrication and lesser dead weight of the unit cast. The development of ferrocement depends on suitable casting technique for the required shape. Then it is the salient feature of that ferrocement concrete. Development of proper prefabrication technique for ferrocement is still not a widely explored area and gap needs to be filled. The casting techniques are: there are four methods of casting: hand plastering, semi-mechanized process using hand plastering, centrifuging, gunneting. So if we talk about first one, then in hand plastering, in this system, a reinforcement cage is made with using small diameter steel rod reinforcement bent to the required shape, say cylindrical in shape. Generally, this frame provides the rigidity for the whole structure before plastering. Then, the required number of wire mesh layers are securely tied to the reinforcement cage. The mortar is dashed from outside against the plain curved GI sheet held on the other side. The flexible curved GI sheet moved all around, and from outside the mortar is dashed. If we talk about hand plastering more, then continuing this procedure, the whole cylindrical tank is built up. Closely spaced wire mesh help othering of mortar when dashed. The whole thickness is built up gradually in 2 or 3 consecutive dashing of mortar, and then both inside and outside are rubbed very smoothly. Hand plastering results in slightly increased thickness of ferrocement member. If we'll talk about semi-mechanized process using hand plastering or formwork, then in this process, this developed at SERC Roorkee for casting thin ferrocement cylindrical unit. In this system, an inner cylindrical mold is provided over which one layer of wire mesh is wound. Over this layer, 4 mm wire is tied at a spacing of 15 cm in both the direction. Over this one more layer of chicken wire mesh is wound. This form the complete wire mesh system of reinforcement. The cement plastering is then done layer by layer. As the mesh is tightly wound round the formwork, the thickness of unit is reduced. With this system, unit with thickness up to a minimum of 1 cm can be cast containing 2 layers of wire mesh in that thickness. This system is termed as semi-mechanized because the mold can be rotated to facilitate dashing of mortar. Now if we'll talk about centrifuging, then in this process this is commonly adopted for the fabrication of concrete cylindrical unit. Because of the high first crack strength of ferrocement compared to reinforced concrete, the pipe thickness can be reduced, thus resulting in lesser dead weight. In the existing centrifuging process, the mild steel reinforcement cage is replaced by wire mesh layer cage. The trial casting of pipes by centrifuging done at SERC Roorkee has indicated that this method could well be adopted for casting of ferrocement units. Because of good compaction, the ferrocement pipe cast by centrifuging can be used as pressure pipe. If we'll talk about gunneting process, then the process of gunneting can be adopted for applying the mortar to the wire mesh system. This process applied properly with experienced gunmen can give good compact and uniform surface. This appears to be suitable process for mass production of ferro cement prefabricated unit. A continuous process of layer gunneting with an interval of about an hour will yield good results. Now, as per the advantageous property of ferro cement concrete, if we talk about its application, then ferro cement has been successfully used for casting domestic overhead water tank. The tank being light and flexible can be transported and hoisted without much difficulty. Inlet outlet connection can also be easily done with the help of modern adhesive like Amphil. The ferro cement tank will be cheaper than any other competitive material. Similar tank or slightly modified tank can be used as a grain silo in villages. The tank can be made with hopper shaped bottom with simple arrangement for drawing the grains. The ferro cement tank will help in preserving the grain unaffected by moisture and rodents. Similar ferro cement container can be used as gas holder unit in biogas plant with a few modifications. Ferro cement tank can also be used as a septic tank units. The properties of ferro cement make it an ideal material for boat building too, which is adopted by many foreign countries. It has been reported that ferro cement boat 14 meters long weigh only 10% more than wooden boards, and the same is 300% cheaper than fiber reinforced concrete board, 200% cheaper than steel board, and 35% cheaper than timber board. Many countries, notably China, are manufacturing ferro cement boat and fishing trawlers in large scale. Ferro cement manhole cover is becoming very popular to replace cast iron manhole cover over sewers around domestic buildings where they are not subjected to heavy vehicular traffic. Owing to the reason that the cost of ferro cement manhole cover is only about 1/10 of the cost of cast iron manhole cover, and that it can be manufactured readily, it makes a good substitute for cast iron manhole cover. Ferro cement is becoming a popular material for prefabricated roof unit. Ferro cement folded plate, being light, could be used advantageously as prefabricated roof unit for garage and storage sheds too. A 3 centimeter thick ferro cement folded plate with 2 layers of chicken wire mesh can be used over a span of 3.5 meters. It can also be used for prefabricated channel unit for roof construction. Ferro cement is a suitable material for pressure pipe. It will be much lighter compared to normal reinforced concrete pipe. Suitable technique like centrifuging and gunneting can be used for mass production in a factory. Ferro cement is found to be suitable material for casting curved benches for park, garden and open air cinema theaters. So dear students, today we have discussed two important special concrete, high performance concrete and ferro cement concrete. The important technical data as per your syllabus, as per your examination point of view, I want to convey that I clearly mention in PPT. So you can read it, you can prepare well from it. We have discussed many types of concrete under special concrete. Almost all special type of concrete is completed concerning your syllabus. Now remaining topic I will discuss in my another lecture. So till that you study well from this video lecture, and our today's lecture is completed over here. So prepare well from it. Till that, study well, stay safe, take care, and all the very best.